Yeah, there were two main elements of that speech. One was an element in which Keir Starmer said, I'm going to deliver on the promises I made in the election. On the front of his podium, a new slogan, fixing the foundations. He talked about the action the government were going to take in autumn, about unlocking planning, growth, setting up Great British Energy, and he made the rather ambitious call that he said we've done more in 7 weeks than the last government did in 7 years. So one, showing that they're getting on with the job, but I think the bigger thing that came out of this speech is, as he put it, the pain that is to come, talking about the public finances and how taxes are going to have to go up in the budget. There's a big question about who that is going to hit. Pensioners have already been hit by the decision to scrap the winter fuel allowance, but for all but the poorest of pensioners, not in the manifesto. And I asked him at the press conference if he could flesh out what exactly this plan is. You want to build trust and be honest with people. You've got off to a bad start with pensioners who voted for you, and then you cut their winter fuel allowance, and it wasn't in your manifesto. You also said in the general election you had no plans to raise taxes beyond what you'd set out in your manifesto. Now you're saying something else. So can you please level with people? Are you going to raise taxes? And are you looking, when you talk about the broader shoulders, are you looking at taxes on working people? Or are you now looking at a range of wealth taxes on shareholders, homeowners, big business? Thank you.
Beth, as I said in the campaign, in relation to working people, income tax, VAT, national insurance, we will not increase tax. I was clear before the election, I'll be clear again after the election. Obviously, the budget is in a number of weeks and the detail will be set out there. But I say again what I said before the election, which is we have to get away from this idea that the only levers that can be pulled are more taxes or more spending. Our number one mission is to grow the economy, to make sure that we are creating the money in the first place. That remains the number one mission. Nothing knocks that mission. And that's why it's really important that we have a transport system that works. That's why it's really important that we have an NHS capable of getting through the backlog. That's why it's important that we have the National Wealth Fund, Great British Energy, that we unlock planning so that we can get on. All of those decisions are decisions we've taken in the first 7 weeks to make sure we get the economy where we need it. But we're going to have to take tough decisions. I did not cater for a £22 billion black hole. And that's because it wasn't on the ABR's books. We were looking at the available, as you were, the available material. But it wasn't there. The OBR didn't know about it. That's why they're conducting a review, is to find out why they didn't know about it. But £22 billion black hole on top of what we knew to be the situation is a problem that I'm not just going to pretend isn't there or that we can easily fix. We're going to have to fix it. We're going to have to fix it quickly, because I genuinely do not think that the politics where we simply pretend things can be done that can't be done is working. And we will do it straight away. That's why I call about sort of getting the rot out now, because if we don't do it, if we paper over it, we know what's going to happen. It's like the damp or whatever. Anybody who's ever decorated a house knows how this works. Pretend it isn't there, paper over it, and guess what? In a year's time, it's 10 times worse. We're not going to do it that way.
PM said a lot there. What you will notice is he did not rule out raising wealth taxes, those taxes on working people, NI rises, VAT and income tax. He says he will stick to the manifesto promises, but beyond that, it's all in play now.